Mel Gibson is one of the most polarizing figures in Hollywood, known for his iconic roles in films like Braveheart and Lethal Weapon, as well as his directorial work on The Passion of the Christ. Gibson's career has spanned decades. However, his rise to fame and eventual fall from grace has also been marked by controversy, including his outspoken views and his eventual exposure of some of Hollywood's darker realities. From accusations of anti-Semitism to the uncovering of industry corruption, Gibson has experienced both public scorn and praise. In this video, we'll explore 10 ways Mel Gibson has exposed the hidden truths of Hollywood. Stick with us until the end to find out how his journey reshaped the entertainment industry. At number 10, we have Gibson's controversial comments about Hollywood elites. Throughout his career, Mel Gibson has been known for his blunt remarks and outspokenness, especially regarding the inner workings of Hollywood. Gibson has made a number of claims about the entertainment industry's power structures, insinuating that the Hollywood elite is dominated by a small, powerful group of individuals who control the narrative. In interviews, he has stated that the industry's power brokers are often self-serving, looking out for their own interests rather than promoting true artistic freedom. His comments about the industry's influence have fueled conspiracy theories and debates, but it's undeniable that his criticisms highlighted the opacity and secretive nature of Hollywood power. Coming in at number 9, we have the 2006 DUI incident. In 2006, Mel Gibson was arrested for driving under the influence DUI, an incident that would lead to one of the most controversial moments of his career. During the arrest, Gibson made anti-Semitic remarks to the arresting officers, which caused an immediate backlash from the public. This incident not only damaged his reputation, but also led to revelations about the darker side of Hollywood's treatment of certain individuals once they fall from grace. Gibson's comments were seen as exposing a hidden undercurrent of prejudice in the industry, as many felt the incident was not simply a result of his personal behavior, but a reflection of deep-rooted issues within the entertainment elite. In the aftermath, Gibson made several public apologies, but the incident would become a turning point in his career and expose some uncomfortable truths about the tolerance of harmful views in Hollywood. At number 8, we have Gibson's critique of the mainstream media. One of the most revealing aspects of Mel Gibson's career is his constant criticism of the mainstream media. Gibson has always maintained a somewhat antagonistic relationship with the press, especially after the fallout from the 2006 DUI incident. He has claimed that the media is largely controlled by corporate interests that dictate what stories get covered and how. In various interviews, Gibson suggested that the media is more concerned with sensationalism and profit than with uncovering truth or supporting genuine artistic endeavors. His critical stance on the media and its role in Hollywood has shed light on how news outlets can manipulate public perception, shaping narratives that serve the interests of the elite. At number 7, we have Gibson's battle with Hollywood over The Passion of the Christ. In 2004, Mel Gibson released The Passion of the Christ, a film that would go on to become one of the highest-grossing R-rated movies of all time. However, the film's release was not without controversy, particularly within Hollywood. Gibson faced fierce opposition from some corners of the industry, who criticized the film's portrayal of Jewish figures, fearing it would inflame anti-Semitism. Despite the criticism, The Passion of the Christ was a massive commercial success, challenging the narrative that only big-budget studio productions could dominate the box office. This experience exposed a key issue within Hollywood: the reluctance of the industry to support projects that fall outside of the mainstream or challenge prevailing narratives. Gibson's success with The Passion revealed the industry's gatekeeping tendencies and how difficult it can be for independent filmmakers to push through unconventional or controversial ideas. At number 6, we have the alleged abuse of power by Hollywood executives. Mel Gibson's experience with Hollywood also shines a light on the abuse of power within the industry. industry. In his 2016 film Hacksaw Ridge, Gibson's efforts to bring a raw and realistic portrayal of war to the screen were met with multiple challenges from powerful studio executives. According to multiple reports, Gibson struggled to get the film made due to skepticism about its success and the heavy subject matter. During production, Gibson was confronted with the reality that major studios and executives often make decisions based on what's safest and most commercially viable, rather than championing challenging or provocative work. While Hacksaw Ridge eventually received critical acclaim and several Academy Award nominations, Gibson's battle to get the film made exposed Hollywood's tendency to prioritize profit over genuine creative expression. At number 5, we have the Me Too movement and Hollywood's darker history of abuse. While Mel Gibson wasn't directly involved in the Me Too movement, his own experiences have intersected with Hollywood's history of abuse. Gibson's career suffered a significant blow in the late 2000s due to his public fallouts and controversial behavior, including his explosive phone conversations with ex-girlfriend Oksana Grigorieva. These leaked tapes, which included racist and misogynistic comments, led to widespread condemnation of Gibson. However, the incident also shed light on the toxic and sometimes abusive culture that existed in Hollywood. The revelations about his personal behavior, when placed alongside the larger Me Too movement, helped expose the way Hollywood had long turned a blind eye to abusive behavior, particularly among powerful men in the industry. Gibson's own experience became a touchpoint for broader discussions about Hollywood's history of enabling harmful behavior by those in power. At number 4, we have Gibson's 2011 comeback and Hollywood's cancel culture. Mel Gibson's return to Hollywood in 2011 was marked by what many considered a comeback from his troubled past. Despite his past controversies, including his anti-Semitic remarks, Gibson was able to work again, taking on roles in movies like The Expendables 3 and Daddy's Home 2. His return raised eyebrows and sparked conversations about Hollywood's inconsistent approach to cancel culture. While some celebrities have been blacklisted or ignored for far less, Gibson's ability to find work again exposed the double standards that exist within the entertainment industry. It prompted questions about why certain figures are allowed to make a comeback, while others are left behind. Gibson's experience brought attention to the ways in which Hollywood is both quick to cast out and equally quick to forgive when it suits their interests. At number 3, we have the treatment of religious figures in Hollywood. Mel Gibson's outspoken Christian faith has often put him at odds with the predominantly secular Hollywood elite. His film The Passion of the Christ was not only controversial for its depiction of violence, but also for its unapologetic exploration of Christian themes. Gibson's willingness to portray religion so explicitly on screen exposed the religious bias that sometimes exists within Hollywood. Many Hollywood executives were hesitant to support projects that openly catered to Christian audiences, fearing it would alienate secular viewers. Gibson's ability to produce and direct a major blockbuster that appealed directly to a religious demographic was a stark reminder of how Hollywood often marginalizes religious themes in favor of more universal secular narratives. Coming in at number 2, we have Gibson's exposure of anti-Semitism in Hollywood. Mel Gibson's 2006 DUI arrest and the subsequent anti-Semitic comments he made to the arresting officer brought to the surface something that had long been whispered about in Hollywood: the presence of anti-Semitism in the industry. Gibson's remarks about Jews being responsible for all the wars in the world were widely condemned, and the backlash was intense. However, the incident raised important questions about Hollywood's historical relationship with anti-Semitism. Despite his public apology, Gibson's comments seemed to touch on a darker undercurrent in the industry, where the role of Jewish influence in Hollywood has long been a topic of discussion. This event didn't just damage Gibson's career, it also brought to light uncomfortable truths about bias, power, and influence in Hollywood's past. At number 1, we have Mel Gibson's 2017 interview with The Hollywood Reporter. In 2017, Mel Gibson gave an extensive interview with The Hollywood Reporter, where he touched on a variety of personal and professional topics. During the interview, he acknowledged the deep flaws within Hollywood, both in terms of its treatment of individuals and the industry's power structures. Gibson didn't shy away from criticizing Hollywood's tendency to promote superficiality and its obsession with self-interest. He also discussed how the system often suppresses authentic, meaningful storytelling in favor of commercially safe projects. This interview exposed not just Gibson's own battles with Hollywood, but also painted a picture of a broken industry that often prioritizes profit over substance and personal gain over integrity. Gibson's willingness to speak openly about the industry's failings solidified his role as a whistleblower of Hollywood's inner workings, making him one of the few stars who dared to challenge the system publicly. Mel Gibson's career has been marked by controversy, personal struggles, and a willingness to confront Hollywood's darkest secrets. From exposing the industry's power structures to shedding light on issues like bias, abuse, and cancel culture, Gibson has been at the forefront of challenging the status quo. His story serves as a reminder that Hollywood, despite its glitz and glamour, is a complex and often deeply flawed industry. Whether you agree with his views or not, Gibson's willingness to speak out has forced the entertainment world to confront its own hypocrisy. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth content.